You did not lose your discipline in one big failure. You lose it every single day in the micro moments where you tell yourself you'll do it tomorrow. See, discipline doesn't die in big failures, it dies in the small quits you make on a day to day basis. In this video, I'm going to break down the exact framework I deploy in my program, in my coaching, in my life to get to a place of improving a habit and becoming a disciplined individual. This video, I'm going to break down the loop. It starts with identity, action, proof, more action. And you heard the word action twice, and you're like, huh, that's weird. Guess what? In order to get to a place where the higher self wants to be, such as money, women, peace, tranquility, looking good physically, whatever, you have to engage in higher self activities, which means you have to do the work. So if you're here and you're like, I just want to be told all this nice stuff, but I don't actually want to take action, that's not for you. But if you're somebody who's like, you know what, I can commit to a little bit of a change here and there. I can try. If you're just willing to try, great, you're in the right place. Let's break it down. Ready? Okay. The four-step loop to becoming a more disciplined individual starts with number one, identity and action. But the number one thing I see all the time where people completely misread what discipline is thinking it's massive action. Massive action results in massive spikes of dopamine where you feel so good that you went to the gym for 3 days and then it flops. That's where most people kind of mess it up. Discipline, real discipline, comes from micro habits and tracking and affirming those micro habits. I will die on this hill. If you have somebody who wants to drink more water, it starts by acknowledging the water he's already drinking. It starts by understanding that when he wakes up and takes that first glass of water, he acknowledges to himself that, hey, I am drinking water. So, my brother, you are disciplined. You are consistent, just in things you don't want to be in. And that's number one. So, understanding you're not an undisciplined, lazy individual. You are actually someone who's getting out there and being consistent just with things that you don't want to be consistent in right now. But you know that being consistent in those things in your life will lead you to higher self goals. So it's this dichotomy, understanding, okay, higher self goals, but I'm operating in lower self. That's step one. Understanding that you acknowledge that the way you're living your life right now is not serving you and it's not going to lead you to where you want to be. Because if I was to ask you, how did the last 6 months of your life go? And is that the way you would want to repeat your life? Do you think that's going to bring you closer to your goals? A lot of you are going to say, no, I don't want to live my life like the last 6 months. At least I can say that for myself. All right. So understanding that you are disciplined, you have discipline, you are consistent, just in not the right things. Step one is picking the area you want to be disciplined in. And the way it works is we craft, so in the program, we do a lot of this. We craft the future self and we work backwards. But for this video, for the sake of this video and simplicity, let's pick one area of your life that you want to become disciplined in, because that's how it works. You pick an area, you come down, you boil it down, pick one action, one habit. Now, great, you have that habit. Once it's dialed in and you're disciplined with that habit, you can repeat the process. The beautiful thing about this loop, this identity action proof loop, is that you can apply this to anything in your life. And I have done so in my life. I've applied it to prayer. I've applied it to going to the mosque. I've applied it to drinking more water. I've applied it to going to the gym. All these things work. Okay. Number one, pick an area of your life that you want to improve yourself. That leads you to higher self goals. The thing is, if we focus on goals that aren't necessarily going to serve our future self, yes, it has its place in our life, but it's not going to give that drive. We want right now in the early stages of this futile, oh, I want to become that. We want this to be something that actually makes sense and it has meaning. So pick an area of your life that you want to genuinely improve. Maybe, so let's start, for the sake of this video, we'll start physical. You want to be somebody who's well fit. You want to be a fit individual. We're not going to go far as to say you want abs or all of that if you've never trained in your life, but you want to be more fit, okay? What, break down that habit. What does it take for you to become fit? And write down every single thing that it takes. For starters, it takes going to the gym or working out, period. Okay. Secondly, it takes, you have to track your food and have a good diet, a high protein diet, and track your food properly and make sure you have a solid foundation of diet. Number three, it's all the other stuff that is usually not that talked about, like sleep and stress management. But you have these different areas. Okay. What out of those is the most easiest roughly to start with? For some people it could be dietary changes, for other people it could just be getting yourself to the gym. Okay, you've picked the big one. Okay, I got to get fit. You've picked the realm in which you want to do it. I want to get to the gym. All right, how do you actually get to the gym? Why aren't you consistent with the gym? What is the reason is you are not tracking it and affirming it properly the way you should be. So here's how it works. You start with the smallest item, and I've written a paper on this. It's about It's about habit seeking, like habit formation in a nutshell, and automaticity. Okay, how do you create a habit to become completely automatic? Number one, you need a trigger. So when I used to be a fitness coach, I would tell people, I'm like, before you go to the gym, I want you to drink an apple juice, like a glass of apple juice. And some people are like, why? And I'm like, just do it. All right. You have the habit is going to the gym. You want to start with, okay, you want to start very basic. You don't want to, bro, we're not going deep. We're just starting basic. I want to get to the gym at least twice a week. So Monday and Friday. Okay. On a Monday, you're going to drink a glass of water. Fuck. Hello. How are you? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, yeah, I'm good. So you want to go to the gym. The first step is picking a trigger and laying out the habit so it's not deep and you're not in the deep end. You're not going to the gym 7 days a week off the start. That's the number one mistake people make is they go way too hard. So the first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna keep it super basic. You're gonna tell yourself, I want to get to the gym Monday and Friday. That's it. It's the thing is the habit has to be so easy that you kind of think it's dumb to even do it in the first place, and that's a trap. If you understand the simple principle that the habit you start has to be so dumb you think it's not even worth doing in the first place, you're on the right path. For example, it's like, oh, I want to drink 8 glasses of water. Okay, you're drinking two a day, and I tell you, hey, every other day I want you to drink 2.5 glasses of water. You should be like, yo, that's so dumb, bro. It's the easy. No, that's how you start, man. That's how you start. All right. So the gym, Monday and Friday. Okay, I want you to pick a trigger. This could be very simple. It could be the simplest thing, like eating a Rice Krispie, having like a Fruit Loop or whatever, like something that benefits the habit, of course, but it also is a trigger that is rooted in neutrality. So it's neutral. It doesn't have anything to do like with the actual habit. Like in like it's not like, oh, I have to pack my gym bag. It's something neutral. Okay. Now, because it's so easy to do so, it's so easy to go to the gym Monday and Friday. That's it. You're not going any other days. In fact, it's a rule to not go on any other day. You're going to go Monday and Friday. You're going to go to the gym. You're going to work out as best as you can. We're not chasing perfection. My brother, we're not chasing perfection. If you're trying to chase perfection, just bye bye. No. So you go to the gym Monday, you go to the gym Friday. Now, here's the trick you got the trigger done, you got the action done. The reward is sitting down and journaling. Hey, I went to the gym on Monday and Friday and I did what told myself I was going to do, and it feels good. In therapy, I often ask people, I'm like, and how does that make you feel? It's a thing. How does it make you feel? So I want you to journal that. How does it feel that you said you're going to go to the gym Monday and Friday and you went? And you're going to write that back and you're going to write it down. You're going to say, I feel good and I feel like I'm a man of my word and I feel like I am more disciplined. Great. You're not going to improve anything yet. You're not going to suddenly jump from Monday, Friday to now Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturdays. No, you're going to keep doing that. You're going to keep going to the gym Monday and Friday and writing down and journaling how good it feels with the trigger in place. And I'll get to the trigger later. With the trigger in place of a Fruit Loop, of juice, whatever it is. And you're going to keep doing that for at least 4 weeks of consistency. 4 weeks of consistency, not 1 week you did it, next week you couldn't do it, then you did it, and then now it's four. No, 4 weeks of consistency. Then it's time to revamp and say, okay, what can I do differently to make this even better? But here's the nuance to this. Let's say you find yourself slipping and you're like, Monday comes, you're like, oh, after 4 weeks, Monday comes, like, oh man, I don't want to go to the gym. Don't worry. Just do the trigger. Take the glass of orange juice or the Fruit Loop, eat it. I'm telling you, just eat it and watch how you feel. At that point in time, your brain has already told itself that when this guy eats a Fruit Loop and he goes to the gym, Fruit Loop equals gym, gym equals good, good equals disciplined individual. This is the loop, right? Identity, action, action. Like this is the loop. Now, when you eat that Fruit Loop on a day you don't want to train, your brain's gonna be like, huh, I kind of want to go to the gym now, man. I had the Fruit Loop, might as well, right? Burn off these calories or whatever. You're gonna notice, and the trick is to lean into it. Just let whatever happens happens. Maybe it's not a surefire thing. Maybe sometimes you eat the Fruit Loop, you don't go, but most of the time, you're gonna have the trigger in place, and you'll end up doing the habit anyway. So now you have the automatic portion of the habit locked in. You have the 4 weeks of consistency. Now all you need to do is dabble it more and increase the habit in a very sustainable way and repeat the entire process again. How? Now let's say you say I want to go to the gym on a Wednesday as well. All right, same thing. Wednesday do the trigger. Wednesday go to the gym. Wednesday after you're done going to the gym. Now it's Wednesday, not the whole week. This is the trick. The new thing that you did, you want to affirm that new thing, not the previous pattern. It's much more stronger to the brain to affirm a new micro habit as opposed to the existing routine that's already in place, but better. Okay, so you don't want to go and affirm and write down how amazing it feels to go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You want to sit down and affirm how good it feels to go to the gym now, also on a Wednesday. Again, repeat the process. 4 weeks of consistency. Now you're 2 months, and now you're officially somebody who can say, yo, I go to the gym 3 times a week. You went from not training, you went from not having any idea about fitness or anything, but now you're somebody who can walk around and say, I go to the gym 3 times a week, and I've been doing so for the last 2 weeks. And the effects that that will have on your mental health, the effects that it will have on your self-esteem, on your confidence, and your discipline are unprecedented. The research can't even go that far because the effects are just so, like, they all pack onto each other. If you don't believe me, it's so try it, try it, try it. People in my community talk about this all the time. They do one small thing, but because they reaffirm it to themselves and validate themselves and say that it feels so good, they now it has a cascading effect on everything you do. Alex Hormozi said confidence is irrefutable stacks of evidence that you are who you say you are. So now, my brother, you're one step closer to the future self. And if any of this made sense to you, if any of what I said sounds like it's rooted in reality, you have to be a part of the program Unshakable on my free school community. Link is in the bio. And if you want more content like this, subscribe, man. I'm just sitting in a park. I'm not some crazy YouTuber, right? I'm just sitting here in a park talking game. But if this is something that interests you, join me. That alone, this framework, is how you become disciplined. And it's so simple, it's stupid. But because the simple things are often the hardest to do, many people can't do it. And now you're officially someone who can walk around and say, I go to the gym 3 times a week, and I've been doing so for the last 2 months.